The book of Job deals primarily with some very simple questions that have some not so simple answers. Why do people suffer, and why do bad things happen to good people? This book is loaded with questions. In fact, even the answers that God gives in the end, such as they are given in the form of questions. What is this, Jeopardy? Job was faced with several faith-shaking situations, but his faith in God was strong, and here's what happened. Job was a righteous man who had everything, a nice house, great family, and several shiny new camels. One day Satan asked God for permission to pick on Job, which God granted. First, Job lost all his stuff, including his kids. Next, Satan, with God's permission, brought pain and sickness on Job himself. Job's wife invited him to curse God and die. Job declined that invitation. Job's 3 friends came to sympathize with him for 7 days, which was good, but then they spoiled it by talking. They said, "You must have done something wrong, lied, cheated, stolen candy from a baby." His friend Eliphaz said, "Repent." Job said, "From what?" Bildad, the Shuhite, which had nothing to do with how tall he was, said, "Confess your sin." Job said, "What sin?" And Zophar said, "You deserve worse. Stop sinning." Job said, "I did." Young Elihu added his 2 cents as well. Job said, "If I could just ask God what I did wrong, he must be angry with me for something. Did I worship idols? Did I ignore the hungry or hurt the poor? Have I been unfaithful to my wife or God?" Job acknowledged that God was all-powerful. He wished he'd never been born, and he questioned God's motives. Once Job ran out of questions, God, rather than giving an easy answer, asked Job several questions of his own, like, "Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth, and does the eagle soar at your command?" To which Job replied, no. While it is true that not all Job's questions were clearly answered, it is clear that Job was blessed even more in the end because he stayed faithful to God.